Well, for this module, this 3-week module, it's supposed to be side control, north, south, knee on belly, those type of positions. So I'm gonna show you guys how I attack from side control, right? But starting with, I don't like attacking from side control, right? I think side control is kind of boring, and unless you make it unfair, your opponent has their hands in the way and they can do a lot of things to you, right? And everybody hates being under that big dude that passes your guard, goes chest on chest in side control and hits you with a Kimura and Americana and stop and won't do anything else. That's boring as hell, right? But I think that if your chances to win are better, right? So we're gonna start in side control, guys, and we're gonna start in side control with their hand that's closest to your head on the far side of your head, right? It happens a lot because if he brings that in front of my face, this can really get bad. This can go Kimuras and Americanas, all that stuff, right? So he's gonna start back there. Now, I'm gonna keep his arm here now. The way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna pin with my ear. I'm on the phone, right? And I'm gonna grab my thumb in my collar. I'm gonna grab my thumb in my collar. Just right here. And pinch. Now he can't bring his arm back in front. And if he actually really tries to bring his arm back in front, he brings it over the top. That's the only way you can do it. It would go really bad for him if he does that, right? So now we've taken one thing away from him, right? But he still has a near arm. He can frame on you and do all that dumb stuff, right? So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna work on a position called the arm ride. I call it the arm ride as opposed to the arm pin. Now, with the arm ride, the way we're gonna get into it, guys, when I'm here, right? All I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna grab his wrist, right? And I'm gonna push his wrist into the ground, right? I'm staying here for base because I don't wanna be smashing him this whole time, right? But once I put his elbow to the ground, I bring my knee over the top, just get to there, right? So I'm here, guys, right? So now, one more time, we're here, right? His arm's on the far side, I grab my own collar, right? It doesn't have to be high or tight, but I want you to pinch with your ear. Now, I'm gonna grab his wrist, thumb down, not here, thumb down, get my shin over it, right? Now, guys, when my shin's over it, I don't want to be like, I want to be across, diagonal across his elbow joint. You see how it's right there? It's not like, I'm not trying to go directly up and across. I want to take my shin across that elbow joint, right? So one more time, guys, look, I'm here, right? I grab my own collar, grab his wrist, push it down, bring my knee over it, right? Break his arm right there with his wrist, right? And then I'm right here, ready to go, guys. This make sense? Can we get here? Questions? Let's get it. 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple position, guys. So now, today we're gonna go over probably 3 or 4 chokes, right, from this position. But the most important part is we're gonna go over 3 chokes from the position we got to that we're not gonna have to change our position anymore, right? Because the way I think is, the more things change, the more things have a chance to go wrong, right? So, the first one, guys, again, I'm in position, I grab my own collar, right? I grab his wrist, push it to the ground, I go over the top. Now the first one, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna curl my wrist and I'm gonna curl under his jaw, right? Then I'm gonna get my thumb in his collar. So, real talk, guys, also in no-gi, if you wanted to, you could just take your hand and you can grab his trap. But watch, I'm gonna put my thumb in his collar, guys, right? Now from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drop my elbow to this side and raise my elbow towards his ear. That's gonna be a common theme actually for a couple of these chokes. So again, I'm here. Look, I roll my hand under his jaw. I need to make sure I do that. If his jaw's low, then I can't get this technique, right? Now from here, look, I put my thumb in his collar. Now nothing else changes, guys. What I do is I drop my elbow and lift up, right? It sucks. This is a really uncomfortable one, right? But they're gonna tap, right? So again, we got to our position, guys, right? Watch, guys, I literally roll my hand under his jaw to get my thumb in, right? Now, from here, guys, my elbow goes down, it goes down, and then up. It goes down until it can't go down anymore, and then I go up. I'm trying to close his mouth. Now, let's take care of our partners here. Get one good tap, right? But then let's be good partners, and let's make sure our partner doesn't have to go more than 25% of the correct pressure, and you're gonna tap. Because if you want to get choked to a tap every time, it's gonna be a long day for y'all. So look, we're here. I roll under his jaw, thumb in his collar, elbow down, and go. Boom. That makes sense? Questions? You want to see it or you good?
I think I'm good.
All right, let's get it, guys. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. So that one kind of sucked, right? I know. But the thing is, I guarantee you'll get a tap out of it, right? So let's keep it going, right? So, same. And another thing, guys, let's get our positions correctly. If I get here and I get this arm, right? I got his arm trapped, but this arm is still not trapped. That means that his shoulder isn't really as pinned as I would want it to be, right? So if I think about it, if I get this and break this up, if I do this, it's not even difficult, right?
Yeah.
Don't lift your hips up, okay? So, as opposed to, watch this, guys. Push down, look. I stay low. That makes sense? Scoot down a little bit. Which one are we gonna do now? Let's do the first tricky one. I'm gonna take my lapel, right? My near lapel, near to him, right? I'm gonna bring it out, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. I can take my lapel out as I'm holding it. Hold on, let me show you guys how it's possible. So I'm here, right? I take this lapel out, right? Now, everybody knows the choke where you go here and then take it there. Has everybody seen that one? They changed direction on them. We might get to that one, but a lot of people will show you that one. I'm gonna show you a cool one. So, in this position, he might know I have that choke, so when I try to bring it up, he might tuck his chin and not let me pass it, right? So we're gonna do what I call a no-pass loop choke. So, look, I go up here and he brings his head up, right? Check this out, watch what I do. I take the same hand, I bring it under his head until I see the ribbon right there, right? Guys see that, right? Now all I do is I bring my elbow up and around and I'm in his neck, right? Now, here's the secret, guys. Right now, I can squeeze a little bit, but it's not that strong, right? So my hand is in my collar. Watch what I do, guys. I pull some of the slack out, then I pull and I bring my elbow. There's the choke. That's a real choke, right? It's not one of those, not like the last one. This one's actually a choke, it don't hurt, right? So again, I'm going for my choke, he brings his head up, I take my hand under his head, bring my elbow up and around, right? And now, once my forearm is at his jaw, I grab my lapel and I'm gonna pull, take the slack out of my lapel, and then I pull it as I push my elbow toward my feet, boom. That makes sense? Questions? You wanna see it?
No.
All right, let's get it, guys. 1, 2, 3. You guys notice how we're doing this and we're not changing our position once we got to our checkmate position. I think it's important if you can get to a position, especially a position where you're really pinning your opponent or you have those advantages, stay there and try to kill them right, or try to beat them right now, YouTube friendly, right? So, here, so in the same spot, guys, right? Now, the first two, we went here, boom, then we brought the tail under and went for a loop. Now we're gonna go for a loop choke, a really tricky, it's like a reverse loop choke, really kind of tricky, cool choke. So, I'm gonna move don't worry about this arm right now, guys, because I want you guys to see what this arm does first. So, what I did on the far side, we put our thumb in on the far side to choke, right? So now we're gonna start on the near side. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna get our fingers in on the near side to choke, right? So fingers in on the near side by his neck, knuckles down, right? Then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that elbow, I'm gonna bring it all the way over his head into the ground, just like that. You see that, right? And the reason I want you guys to see that motion before you worry about the arm stuff, because we're gonna do something different with the arms too. So I'm here, maybe he's here and I can't get my thumb in, he's not letting me have that. So what I'll do is, I'll go on this side, he can't stop me from getting my fingers in. That make sense? Right? Put your head down so I don't hurt you. All right, so now from here, guys, watch what I do. I bring my elbow up and over and to the ground. And I'm gonna loosen up a little bit. Now, here's what really sinks the choke in, guys. With my elbow to the ground, right? What my other hand's gonna do, I'm gonna let go of my collar and I'm gonna grab the other side of his collar. I'm gonna pull the slack out and then pull it towards me as I crunch this elbow towards my knee, as I crunch down, right? So, I'm gonna start low because it's actually, if I start too high, it'll be pulling on your head without choking you. So, I'm here, I get my fingers in his collar, right? Now, elbow over to the ground. Now look, I grab his other collar and I pull and elbow, all choke, right? Guys, what it is I'm making this collar tight, I'm pulling everything tight, I'm over him. So it's the lapel's on the right side or on his right side, my forearm's on the left side. I'm pulling everything tight and then crunching everything down to make it even tighter. That makes sense, right? So, I'm here, I get my fingers in the collar, right? Elbow over the top to the ground, I grab his collar and I pull. I'm pulling here and I'm crunching my elbow here. Can we do that? Questions? Let's get it, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do one more choke from this side because I don't think we should have to change. There's one more choke I'm forgetting. See, I knew I remembered it. What we're gonna do this time is we're gonna attack him with our far lapel, right? So, I'm here, right? Now, there's a bunch of ways. Sometimes this can be, lapels come out and they do all that, right? But if it's not out and I wanna get it, all I have to do, guys, is switch. Watch what I do. I'll switch and I'll keep his arm for a second while I grab my lapel. Just put it right there. Then I'll switch back, right? Now, that doesn't change too much for the person. A lot of times, it'll be here and it won't be sticking up crazy, or they'll be pinned and you'll be smashing them, so they're not looking and seeing exactly what you're doing. That make sense, right? So, I'm here and I got that lapel out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that lapel, right? In my other hand, I'm gonna go under his head and I'm gonna pass my far lapel to the other hand. Everybody see that? Right? Now, guys, I'm thumb up on this. I'm not thumb down, right? I passed it, right? The cool part about this choke is it's like that same one where you're changing sides, but I don't have to change very much on the angle to make this choke very strong, right? Watch what I do, guys. I need to come further over this arm, the arm that I'm trapped, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna windshield wiper. I'm gonna bring my foot over, but I'm not gonna leave, right? I'm gonna change this angle and look where I'm at. My knees right now, my knee is near his head, my thigh is under his head, but I'm still pinning his bottom arm, right? Now, from here, guys, once I have this position, if I start to change the angle and pull, I'm not gonna get very far. I can't get my head to even the far hip, right? It is so much tighter than that near lapel, right? Because if I did the same thing with the near lapel, right? If I go here and I go here, I'll have to go here and I have to start coming all the way over to here to choke him, right? That's a lot of movement. I don't want to have to do that, right? So we're gonna do that one next week probably. So I'm here and I want to get my far lapel. If my far lapel isn't available to me here, guys, I switch arms. I treat jiu-jitsu like I'm rock climbing, right? Never let go of anything, you replace your grip. So look, watch. I replace, and I'm even gonna just grab my shoulder material just so his arm's still stuck, right? Then come under, just bring my lapel somewhere, and then come back. He's not going nowhere, right? Now, I have it, right? I'll transfer it to my other hand, pinky, the tail's out of the pinky, go under his head, thumb up. I get that grip, right? Now, from here, guys, watch what I do. I'm gonna windshield wiper my feet so there's never a point where his leg is not pinned. I'm gonna do that, right? But look, watch, now, I just squat up. I'm on my knees by his head. Now, the next thing I do, I take my free hand, I'm gonna bring it around and post by his hip so he can't follow my rotation. I'm just post it. Now, here's the thing. I'm holding everything tight to me. All I'm gonna do is try to move my ear to the outside of his hip and I'll never get there. You'll never get there. That make sense? You wanna try that? Want to see it? Yeah. All right, let's get it, guys. 1, 2, 3.